Chapter 9, Athletic Administrator of the Year. Marco Lanzoni, Spack and Kill. Marco Lanzoni's path into education began at home. Growing up in Ulster County, his father was a longtime classroom teacher who encouraged his son to pursue a career that combined a love of sports with a passion for working with kids. And the advice had a little twist.
He said, why don't you get into teaching? You know, you have a passion for sports and for working with kids. And he goes, but if you're going to be a teacher, be a phys ed teacher. And I would later find out that that was great advice.
That advice led Lanzoni to SUNY Cortland, where he played basketball and developed a foundation that would define his career. After graduating, he returned home to teach physical education in the Pine Bush School District, spending more than a decade in the middle school while coaching varsity basketball, football, and golf.
That was really the foundation of it all. You know, I learned now what it takes to be a good coach, a good phys ed teacher. I had awesome mentors in Marsh Canosa and some people, longtime coaches there. And that kind of was the foundation for my future career.
Inspired by mentors and colleagues, Lanzoni began to see a broader impact that he could make through athletic administration. A familiar connection opened the door at Spack and Kill, and it quickly became home.
The athletic director at Pine Bush that hired me would later transfer to Spack and Kill. So many years later, I ran into him at a basketball game, and he goes, Marco, I heard you got your admin degree. Spack and Kill has been great. I'm retiring next year. I think you should put in for the position. I applied for the position. 20 years later, it's one of the best, decisions I've ever made.
When Lanzoni arrived, Spack and Kill was already known for academic excellence. His goal was to bring athletics to the same standard.
We have high-achieving kids that go on to great colleges. We have outstanding teachers. So my goal was to bring our athletic program to the excellence and the level of our academic programs.
One of the defining moments came with the transformation of Spack and Kill's athletic facilities. The new turf field didn't just elevate athletics, it became the center of an entire community.
The game changer was our new athletic turf field. Our football field, if you've ever been there, was it was a cow pasture, broken down bleachers, really no press box. Dr. Vellante, the superintendent at the time, and I spent over a year selling what an athletic turf facility would mean for our school and for our community. We don't have Main Street, so some towns have like a Main Street that is where people gather. The high school at Spack and Kill and the field is our hub. It's our Main Street.
Under Lanzoni's leadership, Spack and Kill has consistently emphasized the balance between academics, athletics, sportsmanship, and character. More than 80% of the varsity teams have earned New York State Scholar Athlete recognition, and the district has been repeatedly honored for sportsmanship. The foundation for success, Lanzoni says, comes from the right attitude.
My advice to a new athletic director would be to hire good coaches and a great secretary. So those are the backbone, and those are the people here that have really carried me through and made me look good. And the second thing I would tell a young athletic director is you got to let things roll off your back. You know what I mean? You can't take things personal. Some people call me a flat line. I'm never too high and never too low. And that's kind of, made me sane throughout this process is, you got to stay even keeled. Every decision I make, I try to stay calm and I try to do what's right for kids. And that's kind of guided me throughout my career.